Oh, hey Webelos, I'm just reading up on our Leave No Trace principles. Welcome to our October Den meeting. I'm your Scout leader, Sheldon. Let's go ahead and let's get started with our Pledge of Allegiance and Scout Oath and Scout Law. All right, Scouts, go ahead and give me the Scout hand salute. If you're not in uniform, put your hand over your heart for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. All right, Webelos, let's go ahead and get started with our Scout Oath. Go ahead and give me the Scout sign, and let's do the oath together. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. 2. All right, Webelos, let's go ahead and give me the Scout sign. We're going to go ahead and do the law together. All right, here we go. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Hey Webelos, let's go ahead and let's get into our Den meeting. Today we are going ahead and talking about the outdoors and why is the outdoors so important to Scouts. The very first part of the outdoors is talking about the outdoor code, which is very important to all Scouts. So I'm going to say it once, and then we're going to say it together. The outdoor code is very important because it's just like our oath, and you'll notice that as we say it. All right, so here I go. As an American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, be careful with fire, be considerate in the outdoors, and be conservation-minded. All right? Now let's go ahead and let's do it together. As an American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, be careful with fire, be considerate in the outdoors, and be conservation-minded. All those points are very important, and actually we're about to talk about them in a couple of seconds. Okay, Webelos, now that we're done talking about the outdoor code, let's go ahead and talk about Leave No Trace. Leave No Trace is our second important part about the outdoors, and we're going to talk about those 7 points of Leave No Trace. Let's go ahead and get into number 1. Number 1 is plan ahead and prepare for your adventure. So every time I go before camping, I look at the weather, I look at what I'm going to want to eat, I look at where I'm going to go camping even. And I have to make sure that if I plan for bad weather, that I have to prepare for bad weather too, right? If I know it's going to rain and I don't bring a rain jacket, well then it's my fault I got wet. So we need to plan and prepare for whatever is going to happen to us on our adventures. Number 2 is travel and camp on durable surfaces. So when we go to camp, right, when we're driving to my favorite camping spot up in the North Shore, I have to make sure that the road is safe to drive on, and when I go hiking to that spot, that hiking trail is safe too. We don't want trees in the way, we don't want trees on the road, we don't want trees on the hiking path. We want to make sure that we're traveling on a safe area. And then when I camp, I want to make sure I camp in a safe place. I want to make sure that I'm not in a bog, I'm not in a swamp, I'm on grass that everybody can use and make sure everyone is safe. All right, number 3, throw away your trash. It's really simple, right? However, I see all the time trash when I go camping. All right, people just throw their extra trash that maybe they ate for breakfast that morning inside their fire pit. When I'm like, you could just throw it away in your trash bag and it wouldn't be in the fire pit, right? So as Scouts, we always make sure we clean up after ourselves and have no trash left over when we leave. When we're there. Right, now let's move on to number 4. We leave what we find. No matter what's happening on our adventure, if I see the coolest flower in the world, I'm going to take a picture with my phone. I'm not going to pick it for somebody. I'm not going to pick it to show other people. I'm going to leave it there so other people can enjoy it. Even when I find 4-leaf clovers, I only take a picture of them because I want somebody else to be lucky as well. Right? Let's move on to number 5. Minimize campfire impacts. So when we have our big campfires, my favorite thing is to do a 12-foot wide campfire by a 13-foot high flame, right? That's the coolest campfire ever. However, that's really nothing we need to go camping, right? I can't cook a meal on that. I'm going to hurt myself. And that's way too much light. My eyes are going to be crazy going in the dark. So it's really important when we have campfires, We only build them as big as we need them. So if I'm just cooking a little bit of a meal, I only make a little campfire. Maybe if I'm having a campfire all night, I simply make a little bit bigger, right? And especially maybe if I'm making some Dutch ovens, I don't even need to make a campfire, right? I just do some hot coals. Our sixth one, we're one away from the end, is respecting wildlife. Just like we leave what we find, we don't pick flowers, we don't take away things, we respect the wildlife. We leave those deer alone. We leave the bugs alone. We make sure and we leave other animals alone because we want to have them having their own space, right? They don't come into our house and wake us up in the middle of the night. They are on their own home when we are outside. So we're in their house. We have to make sure we respect them and leave them alone. Number 7, we have to be considerate of other people when we camp. That's really important. When I go camping, I have a quiet time. Even when I'm camping with my family or even my friends, quiet time for us is 10:30. Now, we may not be going to bed, but we're making sure everybody is quiet for other campers around us, so that way everybody who may be needing to go to sleep can. We may play some music, but it's really low and only us can hear it. We may laugh, but we make sure it's quiet. Our outdoor code and our leave no traces are just like our scout oath. It's a promise that we will do these things to the best of our ability, right? And we want to make sure we do these things so that way we can keep enjoying nature as scouts. Now, I'm about to go on a hiking adventure with my fellow scout leader, Ben, and I have to pack some stuff. So I'm going to go pack, and we're going to see how that hiking adventure goes.
Hello, Cub Scouts. We're going to go on a hike today, and we need to think about what we need to pack when we're going to go on that hike. So I have a buddy of mine, his name is Sheldon. He already prepared a pack for the hike he's going to go on, and we're going to maybe look through his pack and see what he thought he should bring. So Sheldon, why don't you come on and join me?
All right, here I come.
How's it going?
Good, how are you, Ben?
Pretty good. Looks like you're ready to go on a hike.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Where are you going?
Well, I think we're just gonna go down to Fort Snelling and back. So maybe it's about a mile and a half.
That's not a bad hike, but it seems like you got a pretty big backpack for a short hike like that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go through and see what stuff you brought, and maybe there's some stuff maybe you don't need to bring.
Okay.
All right, let's see what you brought. Let's see what...
All right. I'm gonna open up my backpack, and I brought everything I think I need for that hike.
All right.
So first off, as always, a water bottle.
All right, very good.
And I always like to bring some playing balls.
All right.
Another one.
Okay.
And a book to read.
A book, all right.
Yeah, in case I get bored on our hike.
Fair enough.
And then I have some magnifying glasses.
Ooh,
so I can see.
We can see what.
I can see some nature stuff. Some more magnifying glasses.
I'll set the. Oh, you got them. Yep. All right. What else?
Some matches in case we need to light fires.
Okay.
A pair of 9-volt batteries.
Ooh.
You never know.
Never know.
Some playing cards in case we get bored on our hike.
Mm-hmm.
A hole punch just in case we need to punch something. A whistle so that way if I get lost, people can hear me.
All right.
A Monster energy drink so that way I have enough energy.
There you go.
And just in case we do get lost out there, I always like to bring my handy dandy bow. So that way, in case we get stuck out there, we can hunt for food and be able to survive for a long time. So you kind of put it together like this. And then it strings together.
You got a string too, all right.
Yep. I put the string on it from the top, and then I put it on the bottom, and I just pull it out. And now we have a bow, so I can shoot some animals just in case we need to live and survive.
All right.
I don't have a pocket knife, but I have a pair of scissors.
Okay.
So that way we can make some arrows with them.
Perfect.
I do have a flashlight.
Okay.
And then I have another flashlight.
All right.
And then I have my first aid kit.
Ooh, that might be important.
And then I have some sticks in case we need to build a shelter.
All right.
And then I have some gummy bears, so that way we can snack on some stuff.
Okay.
But I got the 2-pound bag.
Wise choice.
And I've got some sunscreen, just in case it gets too hot out there or too sunny. And some tape, just in case we need to build that shelter again.
All right.
And some batteries for the flashlight. And my rubber ducky.
Your rubber ducky. Always important.
Yeah, that's all I brought with us for our hour-and-a-half hike.
All right, well, it seems like you got a lot of stuff here, but looking through it, I don't know if all this is really necessary.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe I packed a little bit too much.
So in scouting, we think about what we call the essential items to bring.
Essential items.
So-
So those are like things you always need to have,
Yeah,
right?
things you should always have with you, whether you're going on even like a mile hike, I think you said, or if you're going on like a 12-day backpacking trip, you should always have these on both ends of the extreme. You should always have these items. And I think I see maybe 6 of the items that you packed are essential, and the rest probably aren't.
Oh, geez. I think I overthought it a little bit.
Yeah, so maybe should we go through some of these items and maybe decide what is essential and what things maybe we could leave at home?
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's start. Should we start with an easy one?
Yeah.
What about, let's start right here. A water bottle.
And our energy
And our
drink.
energy drink. Do we need both?
No, because I'm drinking water, I can definitely get energy from that.
Right, so a water bottle is important because that keeps us hydrated and that could keep us safe on our hike. But an energy drink that actually can make us dehydrated.
Oh, yeah, because sugar.
Yeah, and so that could actually get us in kind of trouble with if we get dehydrated, and then it makes it harder for us to complete our hike. So I would say definitely we bring water. That would be one. But I think maybe we leave the Monster. I think we leave that at home.
Okay.
How about, let's do another one. How about some dodgeballs? Do we need some dodgeballs if we're going on a hike? Are we going to be playing a game on our hike, or are we going to be hiking on our hike?
We're going to be hiking on our hike.
Right, so do we really need these?
No.
No? All right, I think we can get rid of them, right?
Right.
All right, how about a bow? So why were you going to bring a bow?
In case we get lost and we need to go hunting for food for several days.
But we're only going a short distance, right? Are there really any wild animals that we would need to hunt in
No,
our hike? Not
I
really,
guess not.
right?
I guess not.
And we'd probably bring, if we were going on a longer hike, we'd probably bring our food with us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we probably don't need a bow, right?
No, I don't
I think we
so.
can leave that at home too. And you said a pair of scissors. And what we're going to use the scissors for?
To make arrows.
Make arrows, but if we're not bringing our bow, do we need to
don't
make
need the
arrows?
scissors.
Probably don't need scissors then either. So those can stay. How about the first aid kit? Do you want to grab that? Do you think a first aid kit's important?
Yeah, just in case we get hurt and we can heal ourselves.
Right, and so that could help us with minor injuries. So maybe if we, poke our finger on a thorn or something, or maybe accidentally get a small cut, we could put a Band-Aid on it and help us stay safe.
Yeah, just a little small ones for little stuff.
So I would think a first aid kit is definitely one of the 6.
What about our sunscreen?
Sunscreen. So you think sunscreen is important to bring with us?
Definitely, because I know I can get burnt really easy.
Right. If you're out in the sun too long without some type of protection like sunscreen, you can get burned, and that can actually make you dehydrated too. So sunscreen is also one of our 6 essentials. That makes 3. We're halfway there. How about the sticks? What were we going to use the sticks for? We're going to make a shelter, right?
Yeah.
But are these really good? Do you think with just these, is that going to make a big enough shelter for you to fit in?
No.
No. And again, we're not going that far. Do we really need to worry about maybe building a shelter?
Obviously not.
And we're kind of in a populated area here, so I think we can leave these here too, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then the tape too. The tape we're going to use on top of our shelter, right, to help it hold together. But if we're not building a shelter, do we really need tape?
No, we don't.
It's probably not essential. How about matches? Are matches important?
Yeah, when we go on camping trips, but probably not hikes.
Right, probably not hikes, especially if it's just a short hike. They are very useful, I would say, but probably not an essential thing we need to bring with us.
Okay.
How about a book? So we talked about the balls that we had that we were going to use to play a game. Are we really going to be reading on our hike though?
No, probably not.
No, we're going to be hiking on our hike, like I said before. So I think we can leave our book at home as well.
What about our
What do we
whistle?
have left? A whistle. Ooh, that could be important. So this kind of maybe ties in with our first aid kit, right? Mm-hmm. What could we use a whistle for, do you think?
In case we get lost, and instead of yelling and screaming the whole time, this can help us save our voice, and people can hear us.
Yeah, so yelling or screaming takes a lot of energy, but blowing a whistle doesn't take very much at all. So a whistle, I would say, along with our first aid kit, can be very essential. Yeah. So that would make 4.
What about my gummy bears?
Gummy bears. So that's a tough one, because gummy bears, I would say, are very, very close to being an essential item, but aren't all the way there. So what would we use the gummy bears for, though, do you think?
Like energy in case we need it?
Yeah, so some type of snack, but are just gummy bears, are those going to be the only thing that's going to help us or let us have some energy?
No.
No, so maybe if we mix them in with something else maybe, so like trail mix, so if we had some peanuts, some raisins, maybe a couple M&Ms and a couple gummy bears, that might be a better idea.
Okay.
So I would say you're on the right track with that, so I would kind of count that maybe, but I would say we need to modify that one.
Yeah, some protein.
Yeah, but you were on the right track.
What about my flashlight and batteries?
Flashlight and battery. So what do we use the flashlight for?
Maybe in case we are starting to hike when it starts to get dark, or we get back when it starts to get dark.
Yeah,
We can see.
exactly. So we want to have some way to be able to see what's going on. So a flashlight and the right batteries are very, very important.
Yeah, these batteries don't fit in my little blue one, and my blue one doesn't work, so. Oh, it kind of works, but it's really dim.
Yeah, so I would say bring the bigger one with some batteries. And so that one, we could bring it, but maybe we leave that one since we have one that works. And then what about the 9-volt batteries? Do those work with any of our items?
No, definitely not.
No. And so how many items do we have up here?
This is all 6.
This is all 6. So do we need cards, magnifying glasses, a hole punch?
No, definitely not.
No, I don't think we do. So I think we got at least our 6 essential items. Could we bring more? Could we bring a couple of these things, maybe just to help enhance our hike?
Maybe.
Yeah, but at an absolute minimum, this is what we should bring. What about our duck, though?
He can stay with me in my pocket.
There you go. So that he could be a little companion for you on your hike,
Yeah.
and maybe then when you see it a couple years down the road, maybe you'll remember this hike.
Yeah.
Now, do you need a big backpack, though? You had a lot of stuff, and we decided to leave a lot of stuff at home. Do we need a backpack that big, though?
I don't think I need my big backpack anymore. I'm actually gonna, do you have a smaller backpack
I
for
do,
me?
actually. I think we could fit all of your items right in this backpack here, and I think that would be a great backpack for you to take on your short hike.
All right, I'm gonna go pack some nuts with my gummy bears.
Perfect.
And then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna pack everything up. All right, Ben?
All right, sounds good. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, see you in a little bit.
See you guys.
All right, Webelos, now that we finally know what I need to make sure I take on a hike each time, those are 6 essential items, I definitely know I pack too much. I need to make sure I look out for that as well. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is, just like on our hike, we need to bring 6 essential things. Also, we need to make sure we're wearing proper gear. Just like our very first principle of leave no trace, we need to plan ahead and prepare for what we're going to see. So if I know if I'm going hiking just on like concrete, I know not to bring my hiking boots, bring some tennis shoes. They're really easy and they feel good. But if I'm going hiking in the forest where there's lots of bumps and lots of roots and things I need to climb over, I bring my hiking boots. Just like my normal scout pants I wear, I have zippers on them so they're pants and I can zip them off and put them into shorts if I get too hot. Or I always make sure I wear 2 shirts, one if it's cold, I can wear both of them if it's cold, and then I can take one off if it's too hot on me. We learn this as scouts to make sure we're prepared for any eventuality that comes when we go on our hikes. So we need to make sure we have proper clothing equipment, whether that be proper socks, proper shoes, proper pants, proper shirts, and even proper hats to keep that sun out of our eyes and face. Now, another part of making sure we're having proper wear when we go on hikes is also those snacks. Now, if you remember those big bag of gummy bears, Ben said to me that they were good, but I need to add a little bit to that. So having the proper snack is very important. We need to make sure we not just have sugars, we also have to have protein. So things like nuts, so almonds, peanuts, all that kind of stuff that has protein is good, or maybe just little tiny bits of beef jerky. We don't want to, I know my favorite thing is to get the whole 1-pound bag of beef jerky because it's so good, but I don't need to bring a whole pound of beef jerky with me. I can just bring a couple slices and that's pretty good for a hike, right? So when we have snacks, we need to make sure they're healthy and we can take energy off of them on our hike. All right, Webelos, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. It was so fun having you guys here. I cannot wait to see you next time. We learned so many cool things today, whether that be our outdoor code or leave no trace or what we need to go on for a hike. I cannot wait to have you next time. Next time, we are going to go on a hike and see what those hikes entail and what different things we see on them. So be sure we watch that. And as always, please sign up for our fall day camps. They are so much fun. It's hard for me to remember all the fun things I did, whether it be shooting BB guns, going with bows and arrows, and of course, always beating some staff members in some gaga ball. I hope you talk to your parents about it and sign up. Thank you for joining me today, and have an awesome week. Bye.